Welcome back. Today I'm joined by Dan Daly, who is here on behalf of Alzheimer's OC. Well, Dan, how are you? It's been a while.
I'm doing very well, and thank you for the invitation to join you on this day.
Oh, you're welcome. We're happy that we're able to still conduct our interviews, so thanks for joining us today. Now, there's, obviously we've been kind of sequestered to our homes now for quite some time, and I know there's a couple of things that you'd like to tell us about that's involved with Alzheimer's Orange County, and why don't you just give me a little bit of idea of what's happening?
Okay, well, first of all, we certainly believe in continuing education. And one of the programs that we've put together through our education department are these online courses that are provided by Alzheimer's Orange County. And to access the courses, all a person has to do is to access our website, which is www.alzoc.org. And in there, they'll find a calendar, say for the month of October. And on that calendar will be all of the courses that we're providing. Now, this particular month, there are 3 courses that I highly recommend that you view as watch. One of them is the Savvy Caregiver. This is a free class over a 3-week period, and it's given every single month or every other month. And basically, they teach that caregiver, the potential caregiver, whether it be a family member or a friend, how to be a very capable caregiver. Mm-hmm. Now, normally, if they were to go to, say, Orange Coast Community College or Saddleback Junior College, to take a class like this, it would run them about $350 to $400. Wow. And we provide it free.
That's great.
So it's a great benefit. We also have support groups of various specialties throughout Orange County. And these are also listed. And the objective of the support groups is, if you're a family member and you're becoming very frustrated, say after a year of dealing with a loved one with dementia, you can join a support group, and in that group will be a lot of other people who are experiencing the same problems and same frustrations. Mm-hmm. And quite often what will happen is at the end of a session, you will learn something or a technique or a new method of dealing with a loved one who's got beginning of memory loss or severe memory loss. Mm-hmm. So that's a real benefit as well.
Well, I was poking around on your website, and I really like the fact that it was very interactive, and you guys really have adapted well to a virtual situation. So I think that it looks really good.
Yeah, it's very important for people to share their experiences. Very important.
Right.
Tomorrow, Dr. Trent is going to be giving an update on Alzheimer's and research. And there'll be some excellent breaking news regarding his experience with dealing with some of these new remedies and new treatments. We also have a class that's going to focus on the importance of sleep. Now, you're familiar with the term beta amyloid or amyloid. That's the vehicle that carries the tau and tangles that are very detrimental to the brain as far as memory loss. Mm. Well, when you're sleeping, during your sleep, whether it be for 6 hours to 8 hours, your brain is getting rid of amyloid. So it's very important that you have a good night's sleep. Now, everybody, men especially, you may get a nature call in the middle of the night, mm-hmm. and you have to use the restroom. When you go back to sleep, you should be falling back to sleep. If you're struggling with getting back to sleep, whether it be for an hour or 2 hours, that's going to affect your health, especially the brain. Right. So those are some of the classes that I recommend that they focus on.
That's great stuff. We all need to educate ourselves, because either A, you are going to be caring for somebody who may have this, or you know someone, or yourself could potentially have this type of situation in the future. So those are great mentions. So now you guys, instead of having your in-person walk, you're now going to be doing a virtual walk.
Right. This will be our 31st annual walk. And normally we'd have that physical walk at Angel Stadium in Anaheim.
Right.
So this year it'll be virtual. The registration is free. Again, just go to the website to sign up. You can join a team or create your own team. You can create your own walk. We've also added a 4K run this year. So if you're in shape and you want to run, you can chart out your own track as far as running. But the more important thing is that we're continuing to do this walk. And I might also add that for every dollar raised, that stays in Orange County. So that's very important because the monies raised by these walks, they go to research and also new programs that we're in the process of developing. We're always listening to ways to improve the overall programs and services we provide.
Right. That's great. Now, speaking of being able to educate and help, you have a helpline now that you guys are doing. Tell me what the helpline is.
Yeah, that helpline has been around for a while, and it's really for family members more so than it is for the individual patient. That helpline, by the way, is 844 in the words help ALZ, ALZ.
Okay.
So let me give you an example of how this works. We have care consultants who are licensed clinical social workers who work directly for us. And they accept, last year, and a good example is there was something like about 7,000 calls that we received on that helpline. So people will call who are looking for help as far as assistance in finding an assisted living facility, board and care home. You might be looking for some help with an attorney. And we have access, and we're linked in with every single resource throughout Orange County. So anybody who wants to make that phone call, there is no charge for it. And we also have multilingual care consultants who will be able to talk and say Spanish, Vietnamese, Korean. We're trying to add Arab. So we're in the process of developing that as well.
That's great.
And the focus is on helping people who are dealing with a loved one with dementia. Now, I can tell you, Lisa, that nobody plans for Alzheimer's or dementia.
Right.
Nobody wants to plan for it. They don't want to think about it. So what happens is when they go with the loved one for a diagnosis, whether it be a neurologist or an internist, they're always in the reactionary mode. So what'll happen is that they get home and they figure, my God, what am I going to do now? Who can I turn to? Well, they might ask the doctor a few questions. And unfortunately, the doctors today, they're seeing patients every 15 to 18 minutes. So they don't have time, nor do their staff have time to answer a lot of these questions. So this is where this helpline is so extremely beneficial to people. And quite often we can have people call and they just want to talk to somebody. And it's more therapeutic for them than it might be for the information they're trying to get for the loved one.
Yeah.
But it's proven to be very beneficial and very rewarding. And we'll continue to provide this throughout COVID-19, as well as the online courses. They're continuous, and they'll be provided at all times.
I think that's great. And like I mentioned, your website is very intuitive and it's very easy to navigate. So we'll give as much information as we can regarding that website. So Dan, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Very nice to see you again, and thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome. And we'll be right back